Welcome back to Teddy Talks here at RE Plus, powered by AP Systems. And we have the next contestant on Teddy Talks stage, Suki. Tell us about your name first. What does it mean?
So it's Punjabi. That's Punjabi is a state in Pakistan and India,
Okay.
and it's a language. So Suki is a pretty common name. My full name is Sukhpal, but Suki, like sukiyaki beef. That's it. It just means Suki is peace, happy. It's a very common name.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, and now tell us who you're with. You're with Ready Solar. Tell us about them and where you're at in the world, and go from there.
So my company is Ready Solar Inc. We are out of Burnaby, British Columbia, which is a suburb of Greater Vancouver in Canada, and we're a solar EPC, and I'm the owner, and we have about a crew's about 11 total, including the office staff. So we have two crews. We started in 2020. I started during COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
And we just did our first commercial job. So we're residential installer, and we just got into commercial, and looks like there's lots of commercial coming.
Wonderful. So I've got some cue cards here. You provided a mission statement. Tell me about your mission statement and what that means to you. Do you have it memorized? Probably not.
I do not.
You're good. So, all right, here is our mission statement. At Ready Solar, we strive to make solar energy a source of pride and confidence for every customer. I thought that was pretty specific, right?
Yeah.
And then whether commercial or residential, we deliver tailored premium solutions using the latest innovations, most durable materials, and top-tier brands for inverters, batteries, and solar panels.
Yeah, that sounds like us.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was a real, like the way I got into solar was very non-traditional.
Yeah.
I had to learn it from scratch, and it wasn't like I was in sales or something for solar before, or had any connection to the industry, let alone being an electrician. I was a non-electrician. I didn't understand electrical. It was completely random the way I got into solar. I've gone through too much to not have everything look completely perfect, and I kind of see what's out there in the industry. And I just want to provide the top tier service, and I want long lasting, I just want something that, the customer is a source of pride for that customer, and, who did that job? Ready Solar did that job. Like,
that's awesome. Now, when you're looking at material, why not cut corners? Why not buy lower grade material and put more profit or more money in your pocket?
The way I'm after, it's just not worth it. We obviously know it's not worth it, but if you're after basically, I know solar is price per watt is like a big thing in solar, and it's too easy to kind of just, follow everybody else and just try to, make it work, like price per watt. But solar is electrical. Like, it doesn't work like that. You need it to last a long time, and you need to be able to service your customers for a long time. And everyone knows there's aging systems that are abandoned now all over the United States and Canada, and you need to just. And also, I think if you get out of that price per watt thing, you're not as basically, what's the word? When there's grants and things go away, there's grants and loans. It's the right customer. You won't be so affected by when that goes away, and then they can't put that into their price per watt to bring their payback down.
Well, it's kind of impressive. Like when somebody looks at like, what's a price per watt? Like, we can get down to the lowest price per watt on the install, but they don't take consideration of the operation and maintenance and service calls and all the extra things you have to do if you use that lower grade material, or you don't do the right way the first time. Yeah, it might take you an extra hour to install it, but that's what you need.
Exactly. Like, electrical work can burn your house down.
So tell me how you got into solar and why in 2020. What was that life pivot? What was that like?
So I actually was I was a financial advisor It was for a company called Edward Jones.
Okay.
And then I was just trying to find what I would like to do, and I really liked the markets. I left Edward Jones, and then I needed an income, and I wanted to be into trading. Like I loved the markets. That was where I was. And that's actually where I was exposed to solar companies like Enphase or even AP
Yeah.
Systems or Solar Edge and all these companies. I was exposed to that early on via the markets, and then I became a mortgage broker, and I was a mortgage broker working for myself or working for a company, but like kind of like for yourself. And then I was trading options for like 4 years. And then during COVID, I actually saw an opportunity in vertical farming, but how I was going to get into vertical farming. Like I had no clue, like how are you going to get into vertical farming? Because I just saw at the time when all the lineups were happening. As a Canadian, I was like, when there was borders that shut down, and I was like, why are my vegetables coming from Mexico and the United States? Like this stuff can be grown right here at home. By the way, that wasn't an issue then. Now it is actually an issue.
Yeah.
Like in Canada, Canada's looking at that stuff more now, less reliability on the United States. But at the time, so I was like, how do I get into this industry? So I decided I knew nothing about construction. I was like very computer guy, 6 screens sitting there, never had my hands really dirty. So I actually started by getting a shed built in my backyard, and I go, okay, let's try to grow 500 pounds of veggies in this shed a month, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Right? Little did I know I had a 100 amp service on my house. I'm kind of a bit of I have some impulsivity. So during COVID, I started building this shed, and then baby steps were happening, and I started growing some veggies because I was just, I had a lot of time on my hands. We were all stuck in our homes, couldn't really
do anything. Yeah.
Can't do anything. So I was doing this, and then I didn't realize I needed all this power for so actually what I did is I started growing these smaller units if you walk past my house anytime during 2020, you would have seen my whole lobby lit up pink. So I had all these veggies growing, and little did I know, I was like, okay, while I figure out this bigger structure, I'll try this little thing first. So I started going in this direction, and then I called some solar companies at the time, and then they were obviously not interested in my veggie project. And then they took 2 weeks, 3 weeks for even them to get back to me, let alone, even though, it was for my veggie project. And basically, so then I decided I'm going to put some solar on my house myself, and I didn't have the skill level, remember that?
Yeah.
So what happened is sometimes it's just meant to be. So what happened is during this time, our house had an attempted home invasion. This is completely random, yeah, I know. So we had 4 masked guys showed up at our house. It's pretty funny when I show people I have pictures of this, in my phone. Look, here's me building my veggies, here's my boxes, these masked guys show up. So what happened is I'm not sure where this came from, but these 4 masked men showed up at the house, and we had hit the alarm button, cops came, and during that time, so we were like, okay, because we just moved in the house, we renovated it, we're like, let's just build let's get some security. The guys that came to do my security, I convinced them to install solar panels and eventually become my employees, because I just needed them. I'm like, can you help me do this? Come here. Can you just come here every single day
and
help me?
And then them.
The first 10 jobs pretty much came from those guys. And my company was Ready Veg Gardening Corp. I had a company logo. It was a carrot stick and a leaf. And I didn't even know how I was going to make money at the time, but I was like, this is the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
And then I had actually in my backyard, I had a carport with a tool shop, which was actually, because we just purchased a house, it was there was rat infested. So what I did is I enclosed that whole back area, and when I enclosed that back area, that became my office. Until this day, I have my whole company runs out of that office, and if it wasn't for those men, I wouldn't have the guys, I wouldn't have the employees. And eventually I went through after that from 2021. I did $300,000, $350,000 revenue in 2021. The next year I went to I think it was 800. Then I went to 1.8 million, and then on and on. Where we're close to $4 million in revenue now. And so I had to learn all the electrical scratch. I had to learn through how to have employees, how to do the marketing. It was just the most painful experience. Just on top of learning solar, everything. So that's why if you're not going to do the most perfect job, I don't I'm not interested to even do that job.
That's wonderful. Now, what would you say was was having those four invaders the scariest day of your life, or are there other experiences where you're like, okay, this one tops that?
One more time.
Like your scariest day of your life, was it the four masked invaders into your home?
Yeah, I can say that. Yes.
Okay. And then what is your best experience in the solar industry, in the solar market, in the last 4.5, 5 years? Yeah.
I just love like every single job I do. It's like the first job. I just love the smallest details, the prettiest things. I love when people walk by, like, like I had, like, a few weeks back, one of my owners of my project said a bunch of door knockers came by, and then they asked him, hey, who did your job? That job, we've been doing this stuff. We're from the States, and that job is beautiful. Like, who did that job?
That's
So I
wonderful.
just love seeing, like, like the customers show off their dog, a sense of pride. Like, here's the work that we done. So that's, and I love
Yeah.
doing battery storage, by the way.
Yeah, batteries are a beast in themselves, right? Why do you like batteries, and what satisfies you when they're completed?
Same thing. I guess I'm a techie guy. Like, I just get right into it. So I just love doing, like, like figuring out. Like, I just love like having that house. Like, you walk in, like, check out my battery job. So I'll usually beautify it. Like, like, my batteries will usually sit on checkered plate. I know
Yeah.
it's kind of weird to see, but that's kind of a signature for Ready Solar. Like, the wall will be checkered plate. And then I like all the boxes, all the wires hidden, powder coated, everything. Like, wow. Like, I just like to see, like, it's almost like a piece of work.
Yeah.
Artwork. I like artwork.
I love those projects where you can put a sense of your own touch or design on them. And especially when these customers are spending anywhere from 20, 30, 40, 100 and some $1,000 for a battery storage. And I'll tell you what, if 2020 taught us anything, it was to be more self-reliant and to be able to grow our own vegetables, do our own work, provide for our own family. So yeah, I mean, it seems like you embodied that pretty well through that time.
Before 2020, I would say that I know COVID was bad to many people. It was obviously good to me, but it was also a time that you could sit and get all of the distraction out of your life. Like, up till then, probably
Yeah.
you have your birthday parties and this and that, like all these things that don't really mean anything. It's just your time is our ultimate, our commodity. So
Yeah.
like that's what it did for me.
I think through life we can be busy in anything, right? We're going to put our energy or effort into something, and a lot of us get distracted by, I mean, our cell phones. They're beautiful. They're pieces of machine. We're going to show up on somebody's cell phone in the next few hours.
100%.
And getting information so critical. But again, being able to set that time aside to have something productive, if it is growing vegetables, right? I had a garden for several years, and that was where I found solace. That's where I went to disappear for hours of the day, either pulling weeds, watering, and just watch the vegetables grow. It's amazing. I have a peach tree now that I love, and it's one of those things you watch and you're like, those look like gorgeous peaches. And we actually just pulled some off this last week. They're wonderful, amazing. I would bring some, but they don't travel very well. So one thing, talking about peaches and orange, like, we've got some pretty cool shoes. I don't know if you guys can see these in the camera or not, but we're both styling. We both went with Nikes. You got the ombre they match the background from orange to yellow. They kind of match your logo as well. That's awesome. Mine match my logo, obviously, and orange is amazing. It's
Orange came from the carrot. Remember, it
Yeah.
was originally a carrot with a leaf. So
yeah.
that's
That's how it kept through your logo, is the orange from the carrot. That's wonderful. And the green leaves. And then obviously the starburst from the sun. That's impressive. If you had to leave one piece of advice to your employees, to the industry, to your children, what would that be?
to the industry. Just I don't know. Give it. Like I would say, just do your best and try to, actually, I would just say reading instructions goes a long way. I was read instructions. If everything has instructions, read instructions. Read the instructions, and you will win a prize. People like these days, people just don't read instructions for things, and I think that actually hurts every industry, let alone the solar industry, right? And that would actually, I think that's a good piece of advice.
That's an excellent piece of advice. I get instructions and I throw them away, and then I get stuck, and then I bring them back.
And I would say also don't rely on ChatGPT for instructions, because if I post something on the internet about like anything it could be, I didn't read the instruction and my interpretation of the instructions, it's going to pick that up and feed that to you. So read the instructions of, if it's a DS3, read the instructions. If you've never read the instructions of that inverter before and you've installed 100 of them, I think you'll still learn something by reading the instructions.
Let's talk about an ECU. So that tiny little box that controls your whole solar system comes with a piece of paper. How to install it is pretty basic.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, the bane of that size existence is people calling in asking how they connect it. And it's like, read the instructions, right? And it's as simple as that. And I travel the nation in the lower 48 and train people how to read those instructions, physically handhold them and get them through setting up an ECU. It's pretty impressive on how many people aren't reading instructions.
We just posted a job on our Instagram, by the way, and it's an AP Systems job. I think it's a really beautiful job. And there is literally a job right in the background of unknown company. I know which company it is, but it's literally, they had not read the instructions of any one piece of equipment.
Wow.
That it's literally just so, like, right in the background.
What is your Instagram handle?
It's Ready Solar.
Ready Solar. Okay.
Ready Solar. We're in Canada, and there is a Ready Solar in the United States. No relation.
Ready Solar Canada. Okay.
Just Ready Solar is the Instagram.
Yeah. So tell us, how did you get here? Not physically, but what happened? Did you put yourself in for a reward or a project, or how did you submitted a project, right, to AP Systems?
Yeah. You guys had a contest for to submit your contest. I guess submit why we use AP Systems.
Yeah.
So I just submitted the video and explained why I used your guys' brand and kind of my experience with inverter manufacturers and brands, and I guess you guys liked what I submitted. That's it.
Whoever reviewed those liked it, and not only did they like it, they gave you an award for it and gave you something for it. Did you get hotel rooms, correct?
Yeah, I'm staying at the Venetian here for 2 nights. Thank you
wonderful.
to AP Systems.
Okay,
and I got a chance to talk to Teddy and Solar Pup.
Yeah, well, I think it was one of those recommended things, right? You had a requirement. You win the prize, but you have to do X, Y, Z. So. Here, we're powered by AP Systems. They're the ones that afford this, that pay the bills, that keep the lights on, most would say. I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful for companies like yours that do the right thing when they're supposed to and give the customers the best product and solutions. So thank you for your time. We're going to be here for quite a bit longer. We've got a happy hour coming up right now from 2 to 6, sponsored by SRS. Another distributor here in the US. So they're amazing. They're a great partner with us. They sell a lot of AP Systems. So guys, stay tuned for more. Thank you very much. You have a website that they can find you on. Is it Ready Solar?
It's readysolar.ca, not .com.
Okay.
.ca.
.ca for Canada. ReadySolar.ca for Ready Solar Canada. They are there to help you with your residential and commercial needs. And they're a great party to work with. Not only are you going to get a beautiful project, but you're going to be showing it off to your neighbors. So please stay tuned for more Teddy Talks coming soon from RE+. See you soon.
I hope you liked that last video. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe right here at this channel to see all the amazing updates coming from Teddy Talks. Now, we're powered by AP Systems, and you'll see a lot more coming from us. Hope to see you soon.